My name is Jane Fairley and I am with Monaco Coach, and I'm here this morning at Carolina Coach in beautiful Claremont, North Carolina. So what I'd like to do this morning is to take you through the 2019 Monaco Marquis and just tell you a few of the really neat things on this coach that what I feel set it apart from the competitors that are out there in the market. First of all, I'm going to start with the biggest thing on the motorhome, the thing that you don't see most of the time but that you experience every day, and that is the chassis. So what we kind of hang our hat on at Monaco Coach is the foundation of this motorhome. As you know, in a house is only as strong as its foundation. Well, now you're taking your house, you're putting it on wheels, and you're driving down the road through a rumbling earthquake and through Category 1 hurricane force winds. So it's even more important to have a very strong foundation on your coach. At Monaco Coach, what we do is we don't just build our coach, we actually engineer our coach. So this chassis that's used down below here is a chassis that is exclusive to our company. It's called the Liberty chassis. By doing this Liberty chassis, this custom engineered chassis, we're giving you a 9 times stronger chassis than any of the other coaches that are out there on the market. Basically what that means to you at the end of the day is the squeaks, the rattles, the popping tiles, those things kind of go away because this chassis is so darn strong. So you're going to own your coach for several years. You're going to be out there enjoying it. You should have the strongest built chassis that's out there in the market. Along with that goes a lot of the other key features that we do in the construction process of our coach, which is how we interlock our sidewalls to our floor and our sidewalls to our ceiling. We use interlocking aluminum extrusions that are engineered to fit into one another at every single juncture at the top of the sidewall and the bottom of the sidewall. So there is no hanging of your sidewall on the side of the coach. There's no sitting the sidewall on the floor and carriage bolting every 2 to 3 feet like some of our competitors do. It's a very well engineered motorhome designed for years of pleasure and travel as you go down the highway. What we're in today is actually the Monaco Marquis 40L model. And the great thing about this coach is this is a non-tag axle motorhome. We have a lot of customers out there who want to stay around that 40-foot length. And so really this coach has all of the checks in the box that people really might be looking for in a coach. So in this 40-foot motorhome, what you're going to have when you walk in, and this is a front entry diesel as you can see up front. So the entry door is in the front part of the motorhome. As you come in, the driver and passenger seats actually spin around and become part of your living area of the motorhome, because honestly, you're going to be driving down the road, but a lot of the time you're going to be parked somewhere. And our customers tend to like to do some entertaining, maybe like to enjoy happy hour at 4 o'clock every day. So the really nice thing is we have a nice entertaining light area inside of our motorhome. So the driver and passenger seats spin around. The passenger seat has a footrest on it. And then you have a nice long sofa that you can seat 3 people at. But you can also stretch out on this sofa as well if you'd like to watch the midship TV. So a couple of the things we really talk about on this coach, because so many of our customers have told us, hey, here's what we're looking for. We have 40 feet of space to work with, but there's certain things that are really important to us. One of those things is having opposing seating. So in this particular coach, you have a nice long sofa on the driver's side, and on the passenger side, you have a 2-person dinette that this actually does convert into a 4-person dinette. So this table pulls out easily, and then there are 2 folding chairs that are stored in the back part of the coach for when you do have guests come over. Again, once you're in this level of a coach, there's a little adage that sometimes goes cocktails for 6, dining for 4, sleeping for 2. When you have those people that come over, you do have sleeping space. This coach can sleep 2 additional people here on the sofa, but with all this extra living space, all this extra floor space that's available because of the full wall slide, if you do have some kids or grandkids or need extra sleeping space, you could always bring along an air mattress, and you have plenty of floor space to sleep other people in here as well. But one of the things I get very often from customers is, boy, we really want to have our dinette on our awning side of the coach. When we're sitting here eating our dinner, we like to be able to look out into our awning area. So this is a beautiful dinette area. You can take these chairs, you can move them around. This also has a computer workstation built in. So when you pull this out, and notice that this is also solid surface, just like the countertops, it's not wood. You have a nice place that you can sit here. You can work on your computer. You can also, there's a plug right in here that you can leave your laptop plugged in so that when you're done with it, you can fold it up and you can slide it away. And now it's in there charging and you don't see it anymore. And then this is a great place down underneath here to put a printer. It's an adjustable cabinet. You can pull that shelf out, put a printer in there, and really use this as a nice office in your motorhome. The other thing I really like about this coach too is how wide this credenza is. It's a great place to put floral arrangement or your extra mashed potatoes or your salt and pepper shakers or your napkin holder. So really 4 people can sit here comfortably, but you get a ton. Look at all the countertop space that you get inside of here in 40 feet. So we talked about opposing seating. We talked about a full wall slide, which a lot of people, it's important to them for the extra living space inside the motorhome. We talked about the importance of having this dinette on this side of the coach and the fact that the driver and passenger seat turn around and become part of the living area. But I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. That's my favorite part. And when you come to this kitchen, this is great. I know a lot of our owners maybe don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen, but I do, and many of our owners do. So look at, first of all, the amount of countertop space that you get in here. And new for 2019, we took the 2-burner induction cooktop and we actually recessed it down into the countertop and put covers, solid surface covers over top, so you get even more usable workspace area. The one thing that I really like too is I cook a lot with my crock pot. So on an ugly rainy day like it is today outside, if we were going from point A to point B, what I would do in the morning is before I set out for my trip, I would have a crock pot that you can set in this nice deep double bowl stainless steel sink. You can put your crock pot right in there, and right up above is a 110 volt outlet. So you could plug your crock pot in there, let it ride in the sink as you're going down the highway, and then tonight when you get to the campground 6 or 7 hours later, you got a nice beef stew ready for you for dinner tonight. So that's just a little trick I learned. I also like the window that we put in the galley. We have full tile backsplash all the way around here. And one thing that I'm always hearing from customers is you just don't have enough places to put your utensils. This has a built-in utensil drawer. In fact, earlier this morning I was taking a look. Storage is king, right? We don't want to have to think about when we go out and travel, what do we have to leave behind? What can we bring with us? This coach has over 3 tons of stuff that you can bring with you on the inside of this motorhome. That's incredible, first of all, but second of all, it doesn't mean a hill of beans unless you have some place to put all that stuff. So we went through right before we did this video and we counted the amount of places you can put stuff, doors, drawers, places you can store stuff. 63 places in this motorhome you have to store your 3 tons of stuff that's inside of here. It's incredible. A couple of other things that I like to point out in this particular floor plan. I'm a little shorter. I'm 5'2.5". So what I hear from customers a lot is, boy, I can't reach my microwave. So at 5'2.5", I can reach all the way to the back of this microwave, convection microwave, by the way, Whirlpool microwave, convection microwave, and I can reach back there for a reason, and it's a little thing, but what we do is we recess the galley countertop right here, so now I can get in a little bit closer and I can reach to the back of my cabinets. I can reach back to the back of my convection microwave. So when you come to those things is, you know, anything can look pretty. Any motorhome can look pretty. But if you pull back the curtain and you say, boy, why was it designed this way? And how many of you have ever asked? Probably no woman ever designs these things, right? Well, at Monaco, I can tell you that not only is there me, my boss is a woman, and our designer, our interior designer is a woman. So actually, we give a lot of thought to this. We take a lot of feedback that we get from our owners groups, and that's what we integrate into the coach. So a couple of other really cool things on this motorhome for all you men out there, because I know you care about the engine and the horsepower and all that stuff. So this is a 380 horsepower Cummins ISL engine with 1,150 foot-pounds of torque on it. And so you're going to have plenty of power to go where you want. You've got 10,000 pounds of towing on behind here. So I know all that stuff is important. It's a side-mounted radiator. It's a fully electric coach, so there is no LP gas on this coach. This has an AquaHot 400D system on it, so you're going to have plenty of heat, plenty of hot water when you need it, and that's comes about by a diesel burner. So when you burn diesel fuel, obviously there's diesel exhaust that comes off of there. What we do is we take that diesel exhaust and we exhaust the AquaHot system to the back of the motorhome. Look at any other coach out there. What you're going to see is most of the time they're going to have it out the side of their coach, and usually it's coming out the side of their coach and going into your neighbor's patio space. So we kind of take the time to think about all those things through and how it translates when you're actually using your coach out there at the campground. So always look up. I'm going to point out something up on the ceiling. You know, air conditioning is important. I live in a hot weather state, and it's really important to always be cool. So when you're taking a look at this roof air conditioning system, you have three 15,000 BTU roof air conditioners up on top of here. The rear one has a heat pump. And one of the really neat things about it is if you look at where the airflow actually comes out in this coach, all the airflow comes out right down the center part of the coach. That means when I button this thing up, I pull the slide out rooms in, and now we're going to be driving for 5 or 6 hours and we're going to a little warmer climate. When I pull those slides in, they're going to cover the return vents just as they will in any motorhome. They're going to come in and they're going to cover what's on this side of the ceiling. But the benefit here is that those vents are return vents on the Marquis. All of the vents that come down the center are the outflow. So you're never impeding any of the outflow, that cold air that's necessary. It's not coming out and it's not getting trapped above the slide out room. So you're getting the benefit of having all that. In addition, up front with the dash air conditioner, by the way, we use one of the most robust out there on the market. It's called Aurora Dash Air Conditioning, and that's going to give you 23,000 BTUs of dash air conditioning up here. A couple of other neat things that I really like up in the front cap, that little black box that's on the front of there, that's called Mobileye. That's part of our technology package. Along with that, you're going to get a Wi-Fi extender, a cell phone booster, a bigger solar panel up on top, and the Mobileye. Mobileye gives you a collision avoidance system and a lane departure warning, and it's an audio and visual system. Now here's the thing, it's not adaptive, it's not attached to your cruise control system. And why is that? I've talked to a lot of customers. I have that on my car, and the problem is when it's attached to your cruise control system, it basically takes the control out of your hands. And it will slow you down if you get up too close to a vehicle. What I like is, I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I like having the flexibility of having control over my steering. So this warns me if I'm getting too close to a car ahead of me. It warns me if there's a lane departure by giving me a visual and an audible, but it doesn't change my feel of the coach going down the road, which I like. One of the things, since we looked up, let's look down. You're going to see this porcelain tile flooring that goes all the way back on this coach. More and more, you're going to see more and more tile inside the coach. So what I really like is that, you know, when it comes time to keep things clean, you have not only a central vac that's located right here, over on this side, you actually have an electric dustpan. So you can use your broom, you can sweep all your dirt over here, and you can put it in there and it'll suck it all up on the inside of the coach. As we move back here, so I told you about some of the great things that customers tell me all the time in the front part of the coach. But as we go back to the midship, ladies, we know we can't live without a pantry, right? So countertop space, 63 places to put stuff on the inside of this coach. One of those is this great pantry space. It's all lined in carpet, so it's going to give you some insulation against noise. These are all finished off on the front, which is really nice. And look, they pull all the way out. So you can put your canned goods in here, you can put all that stuff in here, slide it away, and now I have a nice pantry space in here, right alongside my Whirlpool stackable washer and dryer. As we move back to the bedroom area, by the way, another little check in the box, floor plan, floor plan, floor plan, countertop space, all the stuff we talked about, midship bathroom. So when you have those guests that come over for happy hour, they don't have to come back into your bedroom area. You can pull the door across here in the bedroom and close off your bedroom and your back bathroom area, and now your guests have their own little private bathroom area to use. Another little thing I like to point out, because I always talk about unseen, untold, unsold. What are the things that really make an impact in this coach? Some of the things you might never notice. You might just say every coach has that. One of those is a backsplash. You'll see it in every galley you go into, but every time you see a half bath or you see a rear bath in a Monaco product, you're going to see a full backsplash around here. Look in our competitors. They don't put any backsplash back here. So that means if you're in here shaving or you're washing your hands and there's water splattering, it's going up onto a wooden wall. It's not protected by a nice backsplash back behind there. So step into the bedroom suite. And what I love back here is storage, storage, storage. So you have his and her storage that is kind of separated. So you have one on this side and then you have one on the other side. You have plenty of drawer space. You have bedroom windows that open up. So if you do want a little bit of a breeze through, if it's a nice day outside, nice temperature, you don't want to turn on your roof air conditioners, you can get some airflow in here. But here's another little known thing that a lot of people don't know. There's storage behind this TV here, and it's pretty cavernous storage back behind there. But it's hidden, so it's a good secret place to put your stuff inside. I love the fact in the bedroom, when you come back here, you have an adjustable bed. So that bed tilts up. So if you want more walk space, we could have a dance in here with this full wall slide, how much floor space we have. But you have a nice king size bed back here. And the other thing that I love, because ladies, I'm a woman over 40, I love having a ceiling fan above the bed. Just having that at home, that's what I have at home, and I like having that airflow at night, that I have a ceiling fan above my bed. Not everybody has that. And then if you come back here to the back end of the coach, again, nice deep countertop space all the way back. Here's another little thing. You know, I don't like to clean very much. When I do get time, I don't want to have to spend it cleaning. So all of our sinks are actually, they're the kind of sink that is part of the countertop. So it's not another component that's added on top of here. They're real easy to keep clean. You won't get dirt that's trapped around the outside of a ledge mount sink. Shower. Beautiful shower inside of here, full tile shower. And what you're going to see from top to bottom, other than that little teak thing that's designed to be in the water and water environments, is there's a lack of wood in here. And again, if you take the time and you look at many of our competitors, what you're going to see is they'll use wood trim up here around the skylight area. There's no wood inside of here. Everything is finished off in solid surface or with tile. And that teak bench is nice. It folds down. So as you get a little older, you have a place to sit, but you also have a place for ladies, you can put your leg up there and you can shave as well. And then you have an extra storage area back here. This slides open. That's where your 2 freestanding chairs are housed for the center part of the coach. And now you're at the very back end of the coach. So if you get a shot going right up the center of there, you can see how much interior living square footage that you get in the 40L Monaco Marquis for 2019. So I hope that I've given you all something to think about today. Remember, anything can look pretty on the outside, but pull back that curtain and look at the skeleton. Look and see how it's built. Look at the chassis and look and see if it's an engineered coach like the 2019 Monaco Marquis. Thank you for your time.
Well, welcome everyone. My name is Jane Fairley and I am with Monaco Coach. And today I am here at Carolina Coach in Claremont, North Carolina. And as you can see, it's a rainy day and it's about 45 degrees outside. So as campers, you know, not every single day is a beautiful sunny filled day. So there are days when you're going to be stuck inside your coach. So make sure that you watch the inside part of this video so we can show you about the awesome living area and square footage that's possible because of this awesome full wall slide that we have on the 2019 Monaco Marquis 40L model. On the outside of the coach, one of the things that I always let people know is that, you know, when you own a motorhome, there's still service that you have to take care of, routine maintenance. And so when I talk about how our coach is engineered, I also talk about the outside of the coach and how we engineer our coaches to be very service friendly. And one of those great things that we have on the front of the Monaco Marquis is that we have a generator slide out access, and it's the whole front bottom fascia of the motorhome that slides out. Now, this is operational from a switch that's right inside this bay. Of course it's locked. A switch that's inside that bay that you just push the button and the whole front fascia of the motorhome moves out. Now, here's the key to this. It's not just the generator that comes out and these headlights stay back against the motorhome. It's not just a pod that pulls out that accesses a generator that's still in the bay of the motorhome, in the body of the motorhome. This whole thing with the Onan Quiet Diesel 10 kW generator that weighs 650 pounds, all of that slides out the front of the motorhome. There's a reason that it does. It's because we can. And it all goes back to the heart and soul of this coach, which is the Liberty chassis, which is the 9 times stronger chassis that we have on this motorhome, and that makes sliding that generator possible on the front of this coach. Now, the really cool thing on here, hold on just a second, is that, it's me again, that you can actually get up on these generator frame rails, and if you have a long-handled squeegee, you can squeegee off the front windshield of this coach. Now, there's something special about the front of this coach, about the windshield. This windshield is all mounted into a steel frame, number one, but number two, notice where the windshield wipers are. The windshield wipers aren't parked down here like they are in every other coach that you look at. The windshield wipers are parked up high, or what I like to say, they nest above the cabinet line. The beautiful part of that is when you're traveling this great country of ours and going on the back roads and coming up to North Carolina to see the leaves change, which they are doing at this time of year. It's beautiful. You don't have to look at those ugly windshield wipers that are in the down position. They park up high and they hide themselves. The other really neat thing that we do on this coach is we have what I like to call dog ear style mirrors. So you'll see that our mirrors come out and the bar that holds the mirror comes out from the top, not the bottom. The nice thing is, for somebody who's 5'2" like me, I can walk right underneath there and not bang my head. But the real benefit is visibility. When you're in the driver's seat and you're parking this coach into a campground space and you want to look out that side driver window and look down on the ground just to make sure one more time that there's not a stump or a post or something like that that you're going to hit, there's no bar that comes out that obstructs that viewing area from the driver's seat to the ground. So it's all open so you can see it. So just another great feature that we have. On top of that, if you like to play the little game that I do and you're going down the highway and you're looking at all the coaches that are coming the opposite way of you and you're trying to guess what they are, you can always tell a Monaco coming down the road. It has a very distinct, beautiful view of the front cap when you're coming down the highway. And then this particular coach is a beautiful blue color on the exterior. We do offer other options, other colors on the outside. A lot of our customers have said they love blue, they love the bold colors. This paint on here is also called Sickens brand paint. It's a high-end automotive paint that is synonymous with high-end luxury vehicles out there in the industry. This coach also features, I know we're in the front, but we can also talk a little bit about some of the other things that are on the outside of this coach. One of the things that we do is we use very little wood in the construction of our coach. Wood is a big enemy against motorhomes because on days like today, you know what happens to wood when it gets wet? It rots, it deteriorates. So we try to eliminate as much wood on our coach as possible. One of the things that we do is we use a special exterior fiberglass called Tough Coat. Tough Coat is a thick piece of fiberglass with no wood backer panel on it. So if any moisture gets down into your sidewall, there's no wood backer panel to rot, deteriorate, or swell and cause a bubble in your sidewall. It's one of those things that a lot of people just say, okay, well, every motorhome's built the same. But keep in mind that they are not all built the same. This Monaco Marquis is an engineered motorhome. Another thing that we do on the Marquis is this is a side mount radiator. Side mount radiators are synonymous with high-end luxury diesels. They're better cooling, they're easier to maintain. This is a side mount radiator on this particular coach. So on the roof, one of the things that you're going to have, and I know you can't see up there right now, is we use a one-piece molded fiberglass roof. And what that means is a fiberglass roof is not a fiberglass roof, is not the same fiberglass roof as everybody else's. So the fiberglass roof that we use is a one-piece molded fiberglass roof. What that means is that today we could take this roof off of here, take it over to Lake Norman, which is right close to here. We could take it over there, we could flip it over, and we could use it as a raft. We could use it as a boat. We could have some oars, and it actually, when we make that roof, and we don't make it, we actually have a subsidiary company of Rev RV that makes it for us, but it's manufactured in a mold. And so what that means is when that fiberglass is poured in that mold, the curvature of where that roof wraps down around the sidewall is integrated into the manufacturing process. So it's not taking a flat sheet of fiberglass and trying to wrap it down around the corner and creating stress into that area. It's already built into the shape of that roof. I hope that I've given you a few things to think about on the outside of this coach. One other thing that's important is that this coach is also IFS. That means it has independent front suspension. This coach also has a 60-degree wheel cut on it. I would encourage you, when you're going to buy your motorhome, test drive it. When you come here to Carolina Coach and take this coach out for a test drive, do some circles, do some donuts, and I think you'll see that you almost feel like you're turning sideways in this coach. That's because of the 60-degree wheel cut up front. By the way, this coach is built using Freightliner components. It has a Freightliner front clip, Freightliner rear clip. Freightliner Custom Chassis Corporation is owned by Daimler Mercedes-Benz. You're actually riding on the Mercedes-Benz of chassis that are out there on the marketplace. And here in North Carolina, you are super close to Gaffney, South Carolina, where all Freightliner chassis are made. 450 servicing locations across the United States for Freightliner chassis. That gives you the peace of mind when you're out traveling across this great country of ours. You know you're going to be able to have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, customer service and availability for help on your coach if you should ever need it. Along with that is when you buy your new Monaco coach, part of the Rev group, Rev gives a one-year membership called Rev Assist. That's a concierge service. It's available 24 hours a day. You can call if you need roadside assistance issues, if you need fluids delivered. And here's a really neat one. Say you want to make an appointment to go golfing at your local golf course, you can even call them and they'll help you out with that. So it's a pretty neat system. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your little tour of the Monaco Marquis 40L today here at Carolina Coach in Claremont, North Carolina. I hope you'll come out and test drive one. I hope you'll consider Monaco when you consider your next motorhome. And I thank you for your time today.